there, Master Hellish here. Welcome back to my Railroute Let's Play. Now, thank you very much for your comments over the last few episodes. Some of you said that I should expand over to the west, which we did last time. Some of you said I should expand down here to the south, which I think is also a good idea. And somebody even said expand everywhere. Well, that is actually the intention of the series. The idea is to expand everywhere and then automate everything so we have a fantastic network. Now, the network that we currently have is not currently fully automated. We're missing a few departure signals and arrival stuff, so we have to keep an eye on that. But we have got nearly 200 grand in the bank, and that's because, of course, we've been running what part of the network we've already got a little bit further forward. So I think what we're going to do is we'll check in with the system upgrades. Now, we've done all the contract ones and the interface ones, and we've done all the automation. So there's just the stations and the stop and reverse within the control section. Now, we have enough for stop and reverse, so we can upgrade that. Ding. And then we only need 30 more advanced experience, and then we've unlocked everything. But we've got 220 standard experience. So can we convert enough to make it so we have 30? Well, if I do this one a couple of times, that means that I pressed the wrong button. It's 15 to 1. It's this way. Oh no, silly me. Okay, right. Well, we've lost a load of advanced experience. I've got us back to 10. I can't believe I did the wrong one. But we will still gather more experience as we go. So I can't remember actually what contracts we've got going on. Let's have a look. Okay, we've got quite a few. Have we got anything? I don't think we've got anything that's going to be coming through from Ashfield, have we? Let's have a look. Advanced contracts. Coming from Ashfield. No. So it would be nice to have a contract where everything's coming through. Things are really busy in the centre of this part of the network here, but that's fine. It's busy, but it's flowing, which is the important bit. And we really have been cramming in the trains, haven't we? So we just need to get rid of the rubbish ones. So let's now think about connecting up, I guess, Motherwell and round here. We can purchase more platforms. Do we go to Carstairs? I feel like we should. Yeah, okay, we're going to do it. We're going to buy all of them as well. We're going to buy all of them and just see how we can get these connected up. There we go. So that's the basic connection that I wanted to do. We'll need auto signals on the top here for leaving and probably one here for entering. But then we've got a good bit of space here. We can either go forward or we can bend round. Now bending round takes us to this sort of position. And I guess we'll split off from here somehow. Let's move this in this sort of fashion. I like that. That looks good to me. So we're going round a corner there, and then somehow we're going to buy these platforms at Motherwell and connect it up. So, I mean, there is a bit of... we can't go through this gap or anything like that. So we're going to be coming out this way to begin with. And then I guess... guess we can go like that. I mean, that looks okay to me. We want to give ourselves as much room as possible. There's no... I can't think of any reasons why we wouldn't. And then we could have the crossover here. Right outside the station. So then we do that. Oh, that should be okay. And then this is the bit where it gets complicated. Which I was hoping it wouldn't get complicated. But it is going to get complicated. So I guess if we have some sort of crossover like we did with the other one. Like that and that. That's fine. We're going to need auto signals. I think I did the auto signals down here the wrong way round. Yes, I did. So these ones, we don't want auto signals on the top there. So we come in the bottom. There we go. That way around. So then I think what we'd do... How would we do this? I guess one way of doing it would be something like this. I mean, that is an occupied segment, but we could quite easily come up to that section when it isn't occupied. And if we're going to go there, let's... No, don't break that bit of track. Oh my goodness. There we go. Let's just do that for now. We could use a tunnel. That is very possible that we could use a tunnel. Ideally, I think we want to link up King's Park as well, though, don't we? We can have that as a terminus, and if it's a terminus, we can just link it like this. But then when we go back again, we could do something like that. Probably. We'll see. Let's start with this and see how things go. Where we want to take trains to and how we want it to work. I mean, obviously this split here is quite easy. We haven't got any signals between this section yet, and I haven't done any of the sensors yet. But I think it depends what contracts we get and what we want to do. So the first thing I'm going to do is, now this section's free, we'll quickly just nip in and put that one last piece of track in. And we'll check the contracts. Let's see here. So we can't do this one or that one or that one. Are we going to have a coach yard at Motherwell? That is something I want to have a look at. We'll run out of money. Ideally, to have a coach yard, we want to be able to loop it. I mean, where would the coach yard go? We could have a coach yard here, but we'd need a tunnel to connect it. Same up there. That counts as King's Park. That's Newton, so that's no good. I think we could do that, actually. So we do something like this and like that. Oh, actually, I don't think a tunnel can make it from there. Look, the connection is impossible. Oh dear. Okay, what if we take one off and then try and do the tunnel? Okay. Wow, 300,000. Okay, we're not doing that. We're not doing that by any stretch of the imagination. Okay. We'll come back to possible ones in the future. We will. Right. Whifflet, Ashfield, Whifflet. Where's Ashfield? Oh, okay. So all the way across and back again. Commuter service. Yeah, I like the look of that one. Then we've got a one-off intercity. Whifflet, Queen Street, yet, and then Bridgeton. No, not we. 35 grand though. No, we want regular stuff now. And we've got a freight that will get in the way of everything. Okay, let's accept this commuter one. We need to accept it when there's room in the timetable, which I feel like there is in a couple of minutes. So that'll be good. We've got a one-off freight that wants to come from down here to Patrick and back again. Oh, we haven't got that station. Fair enough. Have I missed our mark for this train? No, it's almost perfect. So here we go. Platform, is it stopping? Stops for 1 minute. If it stops, it needs to be platform 3. And we immediately approve it that far. Cool. I feel like this bit of track up here is... this space here is pointless. But we're going to basically just ram in as many contracts as we can and expand the network as much as we can. But I do need to make sure that we make enough money for us to be able to get the sensors that we need. We have got a couple of trains waiting around here, but it is a brief wait. So that's okay. I'm happy with that. So, ooh, I like this one. Look at this. Carstairs, Motherwell Carstairs. That'll be nice. It's only £1,000, but we can get rid of it later, and it's money that's easy. So let's do that. So let's accept that. Now, where is it stopping there? Yeah. Okay. So platform 4, and we'll approve it to platform 1. Now, the only problem with approving it to platform 1 is it's going to need to double back on itself, and we're going to need. This is the thing, you see, we start spending on signals, so we're going to need a signal here and an arrival sensor there. And we're going to need a signal somewhere around here, but I can't place it. It's going to have to go there with an arrival sensor at Motherwell, I guess. Okay, departure sensor was going to be needed on platform 4. So let's see, departure sensor. There we go. We can actually set that up, so we can say that if you are going to Motherwell, go straight to platform 1. And then we're going to need a departure sensor on platform 1. We are really running low on cash again. There we go. And we can say if you are going to Carstairs, then route out to here. Why can't I route to there? I should be able to. Select connection here. Is it because there's currently a train in the way? I don't think so. The train should be able to turn around and route back out again. Oh, I had the wrong... Did I have the wrong one selected? No? That's weird. Okay, routing table, select destination here, route to... Won't let me route to that signal. Oh, it's because there's no auto signal on the back there. Now it should let me do it. Perfect. I don't know whether this one's going to work, but we'll find out in a few seconds. Oh, hang on a second. We've got a train that I forgot about. That contract's going to be terrible. Oh, this one's working. Brilliant. And then we've got this arrival sensor, which will link to this signal and that station. And we'll just approve this. Is it stopping? Yeah, stops for 1 minute. So we'll put it on platform 1. Oh, I totally forgot about this poor train here. The timetable's going to be so messed up. I don't think we've blocked any other part of the network, though. So that's good, I guess. Okay, we've got a few more. We've got a one-off intercity contract here, but it's from Glasgow. Well, we could do that, but we'd be unbalanced at the coach yard, so we're not going to do that. Actually, there we are. I'll put that into platform 3. I suppose. Really, I got that train to go into the wrong platform at Motherwell, because it needed to come into platform 2 if it wanted to go back out that way. So that one's not too bad. We'll accept that. Well, the percentage isn't bad. But before it goes, I'm just going to pause the game a minute so I can fix all this. So this also auto signal should not be there. Okay, it should be a manual signal. This sensor, that doesn't matter at the moment, but this train, when it went to Motherwell, should be going to platform 2. Why can't I adjust the contract? Is it because I have to wait for it to leave and come back again? Well, it's gone now anyway. So it wants to go to platform 2. That's fine. So this intercity one here is brilliant. And I think we can just outright do it. We can. We just need an intercity that's going to Glasgow Central. Okay, so let's decline. This one's got more money, but the speed is much higher, and we're terrible with speed at the moment. Commuter, we need a coach yard. We don't want that. That's not an intercity. Oh, hang on, that's a one-off contract. Which means we just need a spare one in there still, which I don't think we have. We do have 2 spare intercities in there. Oh, okay, maybe we can do that then. Okay, let's... That's an interesting route that service wants to take. But again, that would overload this coach house. Let's get rid of that, get rid of that. Let's accept this intercity contract. So we're going to accept it soon. Because there's a train in the way. So we'll dispatch from coach yard and we'll dispatch onto platform 4. And I won't forget about this train. I sort of promise. Sort of. Not really. I forget about so many things. There's a lot of things going on here. Okay, so there's our Glasgow Central train. And it wants to go down here. So we're just going to give it the routing that it needs. Bit by bit. Yeah, that other contract, this contract down here is just going to be absolutely horrendous by the time it finishes. Oh, but that intercity's on its way already. Let's have a look at the contracts. Nothing new just yet. So we've got this fork at Motherwell now, which should work fine, in theory. The only problem is we go straight onto platform 2. Ideally, we need a signal before Motherwell and a sensor somewhere, probably here. That would work if we had the money, which we don't, but never mind. So now we've got to be careful about this intercity. I don't know whether it's... There you are. Contract revoked. We omitted... Oh! It went off the edge. Did I send it to the wrong place? Oh well, never mind. It's fine. Okay, so now we'll let the intercity go first in front of this train. This is a one-off contract, so that's fine. You can hear the train plinky plonkies going along. That'll be able to carry on very soon. And then from Motherwell down to here and then down to platform 2. I think this intercity does want to stop at Carstairs, but oh well, it's fine. Well, overall we're doing okay. Money is climbing nicely. We could potentially do a few more green to red to bump that back up to 16. I think we're almost where we were at the beginning of the episode now. So can we get that up to 20 without breaking the bank balance for the green? There we are, looking good. How many do we need for that unlock? 30? No, wait, 50. Okay, so I can spend a few more. And that's all for now. Okay, so that intercity service is going through nicely. I don't think we'll get a lot of money for it because our network is quite slow, but this core line and the intercity lines we will definitely be upgrading sometime soon. We haven't got the platforms to accept that contract, so we'll ignore it. Okay, 8.2 grand. That's not bad for a one-off. It's not bad for a one-off at all. And we can use that money to get the other bits and bobs that we need to finish these platforms. So we need a departure sensor here. And we need to set up the routing on that. So we go car stairs, we go down here. This routing table, we need to get rid of the car stairs order and say, if you want to go to Newton, go to Newton, I guess, because we haven't got any signals in the way yet. I mean, we will buy some signals at some point, but we can't really afford it right now. We need some more intermittent signals to allow more flowing in this lower section. But we are starting to run trains through it, which is nice. It'd be nice to have like a Carstairs, Motherwell, Kings Park and back again service. That would be nice to have. So we have got one intercity train sat there in there at the moment. And I don't think it's doing anything. And we have 2 commuter trains up here, which again, I don't think they're doing anything at the moment. A couple of new contracts. So we've got an Easterhouse to Newton. Well, we're not even using Easterhouse at the moment, so we'll decline that. Carstairs, Glasgow Central, Carstairs commuter. I like it, but the problem is we're going to have to fit that in while this line isn't busy at Newton. And then we've got Carstairs to Glasgow Central terminating one. We're not going to decline that right now, but I like the idea of this one. This commuter service, to use this bottom line. So we'll say, when this train going to Motherwell, no, we'll do it now, right now. What's coming along the line? Yep, now. Now, accept it now. Where's it now? Now. Yes. Yes, and platform 4. Brilliant. The idea is, I think, that by the time this train comes up to the main Motherwell line, it should be free. It should slot right between the trains that are already going on that service. Should do. We're just going to try some of these contracts. Do I want more contracts going into Glasgow Central? We can kind of see how busy Glasgow Central is. There's a massive gap in the timetable in a minute. But it's kind of reverse engineering that in terms of what time the trains are going to be. Will it take the train to get from down here, snake through this entire journey and go to Glasgow Central? We could probably look at some contracts for some other trains that do that journey and figure it out. Bridgeton, Glasgow Central, Bridgeton. We could do that. Bridgeton departure on platform 3 is very busy though. It's only for £3,000, so we'll get rid of that. £4,000. Is that worth it? I'm not sure it is, considering how busy Bridgeton is already. Right, hang on. Get out of the way. No. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. Oh, it's locked. Oh, it's going to the wrong platform. Oh, no, it's not. Oh, I thought I'd made a mistake. Oh, right, okay. So this is going to Glasgow Central, and it has just slotted in here wonderfully, because this train is already on its way back. There we go. Brilliant. Whew. Okay, so we've got Carstairs and Motherwell, but we haven't got a coach yard. I would like to... Oh, hang on. Wait. We've got flashing. Auto accept trains. So we need to change this one. Motherwell. When we go to Motherwell, we need to be on platform 2. Apart from that, that one's fine. Okay, so this train is going to go to Glasgow Central, then it will want to go back again. So, actually, I'm going to send it to platform 3. Just checking platform. Platform 3 has plenty of availability. So, some of the trains, when they come in, they'll reverse. They'll come in the direct. They'll land on the platform side that they were travelling in. And some of the trains will land on the platform side they're going to be departing. So this is a departing landing. It should turn round. We can send it down here next. We might need to manually turn it round. I'm not 100% sure because this is a contract. I'm going to manually turn it around just in case. Now the only thing is I don't know if this train is going to interact with this Motherwell. Hang on a minute, where did that go? Why did it end up at platform 1? Oh. My mistake. I forgot to change the platform assignment for a right now. That's not right. Ooh, yeah, that's a point. So maybe it should be platform 1 if it's arriving and turning around again. Because that's what the routing does. For that's the departure, you see. We need a signal and sensor. We haven't got an arrival sensor, that's the problem. Yeah, we're going to cancel that. We need an arrival sensor. So to get an arrival sensor, we need an auto signal, and the closest place I can put it is there. An arrival sensor here. There we go. We can just afford it. Link those two things together. Perfect. So that will do all the routing for the arrivals, and this Motherwell to 2 is fine, which means if you go into Motherwell, you want to go to that section of track so that you can get routed onto the platform. There we are, fixed it. Now this train wants to come through here. It's going to have to wait for this other train to pull into platform 2 at Newton. Got some new contracts, so we're not going to do any more yet. Not going to do that yet. Not going to do that yet. Which leaves us with some really complicated routes for $2,000. No thanks. Or a Bridgeton to Glasgow Central Bridgeton for $4,000 again. No, I'm going to be greedy and say I need more for that. So this is this contract that we're doing. So I'm manually routing it through to here. And actually I will manually route that onto there as well. So those two trains didn't really get in the way of each other, which is fantastic. So we've got an arrival sensor going in there. We've got an arrival sensor going in there. That is brilliant. Now we need an arrival sensor going into Motherwell. I don't know. That train had a big delay for some reason. Why did that train just have a massive delay? We're going to have to keep an eye out for trains that are getting significantly delayed by other trains. Because if we need to move some contracts around and sort it out, then we're going to have to do that. Okay, another Carstairs, Glasgow Central Carstairs. Yeah, why not? Let's do that. We've got a train. When's the next train at Whifflet due to leave? Quite soon. We'll keep the contract and we'll send the train out at the same time, or roughly the same time, as 7127. Then we should be fine. Okay, we get $1,000 for that, but you know what? Every little helps. We spent a lot of money building that line, and now we need to pay for it. So that's what's going on there now. We've got a few a few platforms down here that we purchased that probably shouldn't have purchased. This bit of line's okay. I feel like we could get another set of signals and sensors in, but it would cost 10... It'd cost 35 grand each way. So that's a lot of money just to be able to queue more trains up in that section of track, which we don't need. Don't need that. Oh, hang on a minute. Why is that still on? There we go. Get rid of that. So yeah, we've got a while until platform, or well, until the 7127 comes down the Motherwell line. And when it does, we can accept that contract. We've got an intercity from Glasgow Central to Carstairs again. For 26 grand, we can definitely accept that. We've got nothing. Now, where's this train going? Is it leaving and going back down towards Motherwell? It is. Okay, so once this train's left, we have actually got a spare intercity that we're not using. We can get that to come out of there. Where's Ashfield? Oh my goodness, right, so they want a freight to come down to Ashfield and then pass through here? We could do that, I guess. 29 grand. Let's do that. Let's manage that. So it's going to come through on platform 3 and we're going to immediately let that come up to here. Oh, we're going to have to manage so many different things. We've got trains departing on platform 3, which is going to block the train that I want to do, which was this one-off intercity. We're not going to accept that. So I have to keep an eye on this freight. It wants to go to Ashfield. I guess when it stops, we need to make sure we turn it round. Otherwise it will go off the end of the map. Looks like the main line is free enough for us to approve that train to Newton. Bridgeton to Cumberland. 7 grand? That's a good contract. Okay, well we'll keep that. We'll probably do that very soon. Well, what we'll do is we'll replace one of the other ones. We'll do a like-for-like replacement. So when the train is about to leave Bridgeton to come up here and go into this coach yard, we'll cancel that train's contract and bring in this one for 7 grand. Or up to 7 grand. Oh, hang on a second. This train's going back to Newton. So if this train's going back to Newton, the freight's going to either have to wait or pass through afterwards. Oh my goodness, platform 3 is going to be busy. We can queue that though. We can queue it to go through, and I don't think we've got any other trains coming through here just yet. So let's drop this down to platform 5. That's the unused platform at Ashford. It's for freight. We just have to make sure that it doesn't go off the edge. We've got something queued here. I think this is the slowdown. We've got a couple of trains waiting behind each other. Maybe this middle train needs to be got rid of. Let's go to its contract. 3 grand. And it is only slowing trains down a little bit. Right, let's see what the contracts we got. Not too bad. Not too bad. Okay, let's have a look at the Bridgeton services. So the next one that's coming in is 227. That's fine. Yep. So, oh, hang on a minute. So the next 3 trains are not terminating into that coach yard, so that's no good. Let's have a look at the timetable. That one's not. That one's not. None of these are? That's weird. We just missed it. This train up here that just completed its journey, that's one we could have replaced, and that was a max 3000. So we missed our opportunity to put that one in there. Never mind. We could maybe slip in another train. The timetable's relatively busy. Platform 2 is not getting used much, but it is just an arrival platform. Keep an eye on that train there. Hopefully it routes correctly. This departure... Yep. It routed correctly to here, and hopefully that gets on there. Make sure that freight turns around when it's on the platform. We can also route it part way back. Okay, £3,000, no thank you. Oh, hang on. Carstairs to Glasgow Central commuter, £6,000. That seems like a relatively good one. We still need this intercity to come, and actually I think now, soon will be a good time. Glasgow Central is going to have a quiet moment soon. So as soon as this commuter train's out the way, we'll accept this one-off intercity contract. I think what we'll do is we'll make sure this freight doesn't end up facing the wrong way. So we'll turn it round, and we will manually do these signals because we haven't got an auto signal, and we'll get it into that block and get it part way back. There we go. Right, so Glasgow Central's now quiet. Here comes the train. Got a few trains waiting for each other around here again, but only just for a moment. That's fine. So I'm pretty sure I'm safe to just route that train right into Newton. The freight train's got 9 minutes to sit there, so that's fine. We've got no active services down that way. We've got a couple of new contracts. We don't want that one. None of these are one-off contracts. They're all repeating contracts now. £3,000, no thank you, I don't think. £4,000, no thank you. We're going for the big money now. Or at least we're trying. Okay, let's look after this intercity contract whilst keeping an eye on the freight. Because oh, we got another train coming for Motherwell platform 2. This could be a problem. We've got a commuter train that's coming to platform 2 for Motherwell, and we've got an intercity coming from the other direction. I suppose we potentially could route it through platform 1. Yeah, we'll route it through platform 1. We'll have to do a manual signal to get out again, but it is going to get us around the problem. There we go. There we go. Right, freight train hasn't moved yet. All of the trains seem to be running within normal parameters. Cool. Let's get that sorted. Hopefully this train will stop at Motherwell just long enough for the intercity train to get by. We have got plenty of trains on their way down here, but that's okay. Now this is a perfect example about where we would need more signals to break up this section of track. It's a long, snaky bit of track, and now this train at Motherwell's got to wait for this intercity train to get out of the way. It's not great. Right, I'm not building a coach yard right now. A one-off freight from Easterhouse all the way to Ashfield and then back to Bridgeton. Well, we haven't even got Easterhouse hooked up, so we'll get rid of that. Well, there we go, folks. It's been a bit of an extra long episode, but a lot of things have happened. We've expanded the network. We've managed to actually turn some good money. We did get a delay on our intercity there, so it did cost us a bit. What was it, £5,500 that? Okay, so we only made about £3,000 on that intercity service. We definitely need to start upgrading these railway lines to make them much faster. we need to start swapping contracts around. Oh yeah, that's the Bridgeton contract. So let's have a quick look. So the next train, no, the next train. Okay, we're going to have to do it next episode because it's not until about 12 minutes past 5 until that train is sorted. And, well, it looks like it's going to be a while for our freight train to actually leave. Yeah, it's going to take an hour before it even decides to leave there. So, there we go, folks. We'll leave it there. Of course, leave all your thoughts, ideas and questions down in the comments section. Like I say, do read them all and reply to as many as possible. And bear in mind that I do record a week or two ahead, so sometimes it takes a little bit of time for your feedback to get into the episodes. But there we go. I'm really enjoying this. I hope you are too. I'll see you soon. But for now, that's all from me. Take care and goodbye.